Welcome to story time at Sydney Airport. I'm going to try to do this story really quickly so that I can upload it before my flight. So, I was supposed to fly to Melbourne last night. I'm going to New Zealand, for anybody who doesn't already know. And I was supposed to fly to Melbourne to catch a Virgin flight to New Zealand yesterday. Got to the airport plenty early, logged into my flight, checked into my flight, found my gate. Everything was going great. The flight was slightly delayed, but I didn't really think that was a problem because I was already going to have like 6 hours to kill at Melbourne Airport when I got there. But Sydney has a curfew. So here's what happened. I was waiting at the gate, and then the lady said, when the plane arrives, we're going to need you to board really quickly because we might not be able to take off if we don't like go fast, basically. And so everybody started getting nervous. I started searching to see if there was other flights I could get on, and then the strangest amount of cooperation started. They told us that they explained the whole thing about the curfew, and that the curfew cuts off at 11, and that our flight is due to take off at 5 to 11, and we needed it to take off at 10 to 11 in order to not be stuck by the curfew, basically. So they got everybody up and in 2 straight lines, and it felt like Japan. In Japan, everybody does everything really orderly. Last night, Australians did everything very orderly. We lined up in 2 very straight lines, and everybody was helping each other brighten up their phone screens so that their tickets could be scanned faster, and everybody was super orderly, and everybody who was already on the plane got off the plane nice and quickly, and the staff were all making sure everybody was organized, and then they checked everybody onto the plane, and we all very organized, all very ridiculously organized, filed onto the plane. Everybody was super helpful and smiley to each other, helping everybody else put their bags up in the baggage stuff, and it was all very exciting. I made a couple of friends in the line with fellow Australians who thought it was all kind of fun and exciting and weird adventure at 11 o'clock at night. We all sat down, we were all very proud of ourselves. There was like this buzz on the plane of, hey, we did it, we actually managed to do something that normally takes half an hour in like 15 minutes. All the flight crew were really happy with themselves, and you know how when you're waiting for a plane to take off, the lady will do their like introductory spiel thing saying like, welcome to Jetstar, and turn your phones to airplane mode, and we're going to take off at this time, and all that. She did the normal speech, but she did it in like hyperspeed, like super speed. Like if you hadn't heard the speech before, you wouldn't know what she was talking about speed, which was adorable. And all the ladies closed, all the flight attendants closed all of the cover things for our baggage, and everybody buckled up and everybody was ready to go. And then a very dejected sounding captain came over the loudspeaker saying, congratulations to everybody for managing to do all this super quickly, but the air traffic-y people had flagged us on to a different runway, and that runway isn't going to work for us because the wind's going in the wrong direction and it'll wreck the plane. So I'm very sorry, but you're all going to have to get off the plane. So everybody was very upset at this point, and the happy, happy, joy, we're so proud of ourselves vibe was gone. And then we all filed off the plane, and everybody started getting a little more angry and nasty, and everybody ran away to go find their free accommodation and talk to the Jetstar people. And my problem is that I needed to get to Melbourne by 6:30, and you can't leave Sydney until 6 o'clock, which means that was never going to happen. So I had to quickly figure out how to refund my Jetstar ticket. I got Kian on the phone at like 12 o'clock at night to book me a new flight with Qantas the next day, which is now today, to fly direct to New Zealand, which is now what's happening. And my dad, who had pretty much just arrived home from dropping me off the first time, had to drive all the way back to Sydney to pick me up, to drive me all the way back to my parents' house. Because now I am flying to New Zealand today at 7:30 in the morning, and if this flight is delayed, I'm going to be very mad. After all of that, I'm going to New Zealand to catch up with Casey, and not that she lives there, we're meeting over there. and she almost missed her flight as well because Uber is stupid and didn't turn up to her house on time. But luckily she made it on time, I made it on time, everything should be okay. But it was a nightmare, and I had to spend an extra $300 to book a new flight, and it was all very frustrating. But now that everything seems to be working out okay, I'm quite proud of the fact that everybody on my old flight was able to very orderly get onto that plane, because that was the quickest getting onto the plane situation I've ever been in. So yeah, it's been an interesting night. Got home to my parents' house at like 1 o'clock in the morning, midnight, something, I don't know. And then I had to wake up at 4 to get here to be on a flight at 7:30. So I'm wrecked, and yeah, but that's my story. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in New Zealand.